wants to be that guy in my dreams who wants to steal my heart, or so it seems. I've heard it all through town, rumors flying around. I wish you had the nerve to tell me now and lay it down tonight, tonight, tonight. If he only knew I felt the same way too, I'm sure he'd turn around and make a move. 'Cause I'm filled with butterflies and I can't sleep at night. I've never felt this way. I need him by my lonely side tonight, tonight. Send me a message, give me a clue, and I'll fall head over heels in love with you. If you just reach out your hand, I've been dying to dance, but boy, you're running out of time. So let's make it right tonight. I'm feeling so confused. In fact, I'm pretty blue. Then he came on to me like deja vu. And that's when we both knew dreams to come true. We talked the whole night through, but he ain't made a move. And it's win or lose tonight, tonight. Send me a message, give me a clue, and I'll fall head over heels in love with you. If you just reach out your hand, I've been dying to dance, but boy, you're running out of time. So let's make it right tonight. We danced the night away like we own the place, and we're still together to this very day.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Are you ready? It's showtime. Please welcome Tim Kelly.
Uphill and throws a wrench in the wheel, and trying to get ahead has got you sinking deeper. Seen my first rodeo, I've been up and down before. Sometimes I'm riding high, sometimes I hit the floor, but that ain't gonna stop me. I'll keep coming back for more. Dust myself off, take control, and grab the bull by the horns. Life is uphill and throws a wrench in the wheel, and trying to get ahead it's got you sinking deeper. Your paycheck's a joke, another bump in the road. But what didn't kill me never made me weaker. I'm getting along like I always do. It's just a rock in my shoe. shoe. It's just a rock in my shoe. It's just a rock in my shoe.
I recently had a great radio interview with that young lady, and she's been coming into my TikTok lives as well. So let's give her a triple play tonight. How about Annie Vander? That is country music that rocks right there, and the title of it is called Rock in My Shoe. Before that, another great song called Tonight, and we'll have one more from Annie Vander here in just a moment. Welcome to a Triple Play Thursday edition of the Tim Kelly Show, live on KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com, and I am also live from Branson, Missouri, the live show capital of the world. You can see Branson in the background if you're on YouTube. It's KICR Indie Country Radio. And I'm also on TikTok live over there at Tim Kelly On Air. Come join us in our live chat rooms, and I'd love to know where you're from. And hopefully you're listening to the program and the audio sounds great. We are live on our website, and the Radio Boss player is the first one down there as you scroll down the homepage at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. Just tap play on that. You'll be able to hear the live show really, really good. I've got a couple of great radio interviews tonight as well. Pancho Navarez from Texas is going to be first at the bottom half of this hour. At the bottom half of hour number 2, I'm going to have Casey Hughes from South Dakota join me on the program. You're going to get to hear the stories behind their songs. And like I said, everybody gets played 3 times in a row tonight on Triple Play Thursday. That's how we do it. I want to give a big thank you and shout out to all of the radio stations that replay this program. We have great ones like KUHS Denver at KUHSdenver.com, Country Road 58 from Germany, countryradio.musicbox4friends.com from Belgium, Down the Road Radio.com from Ireland, Bourbon Trail Radio, Top Shelf Radio Texas. We are also on Tailgate Country Radio out of Canada. You can find us also on TV besides YouTube and TikTok on CanyonStar.tv. And the Tim Kelly Show is on all the streaming formats like Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, wherever you stream music. Just search the Tim Kelly Show or KICR Indie Country Radio, and you will hear New Country's best. The third one in the triple play for Annie Vander is called The Daddy Tree on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio on a Triple Play Thursday.
I guess I never understood what my old man was saying when he was trying to raise me good. At that time I just couldn't see all those little things he did. He did them just for me, and time rolled on. And time rolled on. Spanked a time or 2, but looking back on who I was, I deserved more than a few. I took things a little bit too far, always seemed to get my hand caught up in that cookie jar, and time rolled on. And time rolled on. Sometimes I thought he was the meanest man in town, and it took so many painful years for this little girl to come around. I'm surprised I even learned from him when I knew everything, and I hope I have his patience when mine turned 17. Raising me must have been so hard, but please don't worry, Daddy, I've learned lessons from the heart. Way too protected when any boy would call. You'd grab a gun without a care. But did you have to chase him down the street in your underwear? And time rolled on. And time rolled on. I heard you pray and I just smiled. I was putting on that white dress before you walked me down the aisle. dance at the reception. It all became so clear the time rolls on. Yeah, time rolls on. Sometimes I thought he was the meanest man in town, and it took so many painful years for his little girl to come around. I'm surprised I even learned from him when I knew everything, and I hope I have his patience when mine turns 17. Raising me must have been so hard, but please don't worry, Daddy, I've learned lessons from the heart. Thank the dear Lord for giving you to me, 'cause I couldn't have picked a better man from the daddy tree.
It's time for today's newest country music, Indie Country Radio, with Tim Kelly.
Oh, they call him Crazy Joe, just a bum down on Skid Row. Nothing but the street to call his home. But he brought it on himself, and now there's nothing left. Every dream he ever had is gone. He once was a married man with a gold ring on his hand, but he just couldn't settle down. 2 kids and 10 years, promising career, but the ties that bind just came unwound. Oh, they call him Crazy Joe, just a bum down on Skid Row. Nothing but the street to call his home. But he brought it on himself, and now there's nothing left. Every dream he ever had is gone. Another woman stole his love, so he gave his family up. Walked into a world of fantasy. He was happy for a while, out free and running wild. But reality soon turned to misery. He found out too late how a broken heart can ache, and that love is not just a game. He worried night and day till his mind just slipped away. He's a man who lost everything. Oh, they call him Crazy Joe, just a bum down on Skid Row. Nothing but the street to call his home. But he brought it on himself, and now there's nothing left. Every dream he ever had is gone. Oh, they call him Crazy Joe.
Song number 2.
It's almost high noon in a small western town. People line the streets to watch a gunfight go down. will get you 10. 13 steps apart on a hot summer day. Two restless cowboys stand ready to make their play. Death is the price the loser's gonna pay. 13 steps apart, but only one will walk away. Standing in the crowd, an undertaker smile, waiting for the sound that makes his job worthwhile. The sound of a 44 as it makes a kill. He'll collect $5 silver for a trip to Boot Hill. Somewhere tomorrow a mother will cry for a son that she loved and didn't want to die. She'll remember the baby that he used to be and hold on forever to his memory. 13 steps apart on a hot summer day. Two restless cowboys stand ready to make their play. Death is the price the loser's gonna pay. 13 steps apart, but only one will walk away. 13 steps apart, but only one will walk away.
That song reminds me of the gunfighter ballad songs like Marty Robbins used to make, El Paso, that kind of thing. His name is John Williams. He is from Lufkin, Texas. That is called 13 Steps Apart. And before that, another great song, classic country sound, called Crazy Joe. And I'll have one more from John Williams here in just a moment. Go join the John Williams fan page, though. He's got lots of posts about traditional country music, and he is a big Jim Reeves fan, as am I. And I play Jim Reeves on classic country radio. You can check out that tab at the top of my website. If you love to listen to classic country music, you can do it on there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You'll hear my voice and a couple of other guys talking, and that is Classic Country Radio at the top of KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. Well, after this next song from John Williams, I'm going to be doing my first interview with Pancho Navarez from Texas. He said tonight he may wrestle a small bear on the radio with me. I told him we've got the Missouri State Bears in Springfield, Missouri, just north of Branson, so that could happen. And go Bears. There you go. Well, we'll be talking to him in just a moment. One more from John Williams. It is called Sunday in the Country on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR. Indie Country Radio, playing new country's best on a triple play Thursday.
I'm a truck driving man, been most everywhere, from LA in the west to New York's Times Square, from the northern tip of Maine down to the Florida Keys. But there's only one place that's got a hold on me. It's a Sunday in the country where the whippoorwill sing. Mama's fried chicken is the only real thing, where ice cold well water can still be drawn. It's a Sunday in the country, place that I call home. Swinging on the front porch, waiting on a summer breeze, watching my old hound dog scratching at some tree. Daddy rocks softly in his favorite rocking chair, but no one's in a hurry to go anywhere. It's a Sunday in the country where the whippoorwill sing. Mama's fried chicken is the only real thing, where ice cold well water can still be drawn. Sunday in the country, a place that I call home. Houston or maybe El Paso, running through the gears, trying to make up time with a Sunday in the country still fresh on my mind. It's a Sunday in the country where the whippoorwill sing. Mama's fried chicken is the only real thing. Where ice cold well water can still be drawn. It's a Sunday in the country, a place that I call home. It's a Sunday in the country, a place that I call home.
Listening to the Tim Kelly Show on KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. It is Triple Play Thursday, and that means every artist on the show gets played 3 times in a row, and I'm excited to play 3 in a row from this gentleman. His name is Pancho Navarez, and you are from Eagle Pass, from Texas down there. Eagle Pass, right?
That's right.
That's right. Born and raised down there?
More or less, yeah.
Awesome. Just right north of the Mexico border. I took vacation in Texas, and we had a great time. We were just southwest of Dallas down there in Cross Plains visiting my wife's relatives.
Sounds great, yeah. I mean, if I warm my arm up enough from my place, I can throw a rock and hit Mexico.
There you go. Absolutely. Throw a rock over that big wall, right?
Yeah.
I love that. You are also a personal injury lawyer, and I was telling you off the air, I could maybe use you one of these days. I got a paper cut opening an email one time. No, I'm just kidding.
I would be glad to help you with that.
Those hurt. But that is awesome. And you've been back in music for about 10 years now. I've been in radio for 12 doing this internet thing and interviewing and playing the independent artists like you. So it's good to make the connection.
That's awesome, man. It's great to have a forum for the music and great to have a forum to be able to talk about it. And so I appreciate you, and I thank you very much for what you do.
You are welcome. And Sandra De La Parra, I want to give her a big shout out and her promotions company that sent you my way. She's fantastic. I've known of her for a long, long time. And we have talked quite a bit here recently because Casey Hughes, that is also on the program tonight, is another artist that she promotes, and he's fantastic as well. So you're in some good company tonight as well with his music.
I'm very grateful for that, and so I appreciate Sandra's work on my behalf, and that whatever else she does for other artists is great too, and
Yep.
I'm grateful for that.
That is awesome, and you're in good company with a lot of artists that I play because our hashtag is called New Country's Best. If I can say that behind your song, we're set, man. I'll play you on my New Music Friday show and Triple Play Thursday, and I can definitely say it behind your music, my friend.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. I was looking at a little bit of a bio, and it said that this last album that you did took 2 years to record and get it done.
It did because I wrote most of the songs back in 2018, 19, early 19, and then just in between that, I was playing a lot of shows. I was playing a lot in Austin and parts about, and then I was in the legislature too. And at the time, personally, I was kind of spiraling. I'd become an alcoholic and an addict, and I was really, I was in a bad spot. And music kind of seemed like a place where I could tell the truth about what was going on with me without having to tell the truth, so to speak. And it all kind of bottomed out in September of 2019, and I'm really grateful for that because it allowed several things to happen. One is I got an opportunity to live, and so we're going on. It's kind of been it's 5 years anniversary of that, and then next month I pick up on the 14th. I'll be, God willing, I make it 5 years clean and sober, and so in between that, I was able to get the album done. The pandemic came in the spring of 2020, and I really needed the world to slow down a bit. And, I didn't mean for it to slow down like that, but it just did. For me, it kind of came at the right spot. I needed a moment to breathe, and it gave me that. And I was able to finish the record. and tighten up the songs. I didn't really have anywhere to play because there wasn't much of that going on, but I was able to really, climb back inside myself and finish. And then after that, I had, I never stopped writing. Like, I'm always writing, and I don't have this idea of writer's block, because I just think that whatever's going to come out is going to come out. Some of it works, some of it doesn't, and that's okay. But I keep working at it because I see it as labor in a good way, right? The creative part of it feeds the work part of it, and vice versa. And so that's kind of how the album came together in those last 2 years.
That is amazing that you can talk about your life and the addiction issues, and more amazing that you can write about it and put it out there to music to maybe not only help you heal, but help somebody else. And you reminded me now that you talked about this, about my good friend Wade Jennings, who I just interviewed, who is the grandson of the late Waylon Jennings. And he went through those same addiction issues and all of that. And of course his dad did too. And they made that outlaw country music, and that's what they're known for. But he just started in music about 12 years ago, and he actually worked in the cotton fields there in Texas. And now he's trying to be a better person, a better dad. He's raising 6 kids that he has, and he's just a good dude, man.
I've never heard of sobriety not working for somebody. If you allow it to work, and it works for you in anything, like whether it's this or anything else that you want to do. And I think that, I was afraid for a while when I got clean and sober. I didn't pick up a guitar or sit down at my piano for, 3 or 4 months. Mm-hmm. And I went out to rehab, and I took my guitar, and they didn't let me play it for like a week. But the truth is, I didn't really want to play it, but I took it with me anyway.
Right.
But the reason I didn't realize the reason they didn't want to let me play it is because I was so used to getting everything that I wanted and getting away with whatever I wanted and being impulsive, that was part of the treatment, is just to kind of let things come as they were going to come. And by the time I'd gotten out, I started playing again. And, one of the first things I did when I got back home was I sat down at my piano and just played and played and played. And I realized that I could still make music, and I could, I lived extremely hard, for a good while. And now, the harder edges about me have nothing to do with, drinking and using drugs. It has more to do with, how hard I'm willing to push the edges of being useful to myself, and then being useful to others, and being creative, spending time with my children and my wife, and getting better at being a musician and a songwriter.
Well, you're definitely doing that, man. Your stuff is great. And that brings up the next question that I want to ask you, because you're making great country music, and this is a country radio station, but I kind of hear some rock influences, I think, in your music. So who did you listen to growing up and really maybe influenced you in the world of music, and maybe country music too?
It's funny, is I had this conversation with my son. He's going to turn 14 next week, and he listens to a lot of rap music, and lately I've been listening to a lot of rap music with him. But I started to notice that he's starting to add other things to his playlist that are they're completely unrelated to rap. And I realized that most of us, if not all of us, our musical journey evolves, and it should evolve, right? So yep. I started in the 70s, there was always a radio on, or my parents playing records of one form or another. So we listened to a lot of Elton John, a lot of Elvis Presley. The Everly Brothers was a constant playing. We would listen to a lot of Mexican folk music, and a lot of Bruce Springsteen, believe it or not.
Wow. And
then from there, I went through a period where I would listen to a lot of heavy metal. I really liked it. I liked how fast it was. I like that. And then in between all that, I really grew an appreciation for songwriters. I would listen to a lot of Tom Petty. I listened to a lot of Leon Russell. I listened to the band a lot. I really liked the Marshall Tucker Band a lot because there was a lot of instruments, a lot of layers. I'm really a big fan of the records that were being made in the 70s by artists like Linda Ronstadt and, of course, the Eagles. J.D. Souther just died not too long ago. He was a big influence on those guys. Jackson Brown, and all those things kind of, to me, they scream country music, but with an edge to it, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm not, you know, I was walking into a gas station the other day, and I was listening to what I call gas station country music, right? And it's a different kind of what I do.
Uh-huh.
But I think in the end, the stories are somewhat similar. You know, I prefer those influences that I've had over my life, these different singer-songwriter types. I really like Merle Haggard. I think is a songwriter. There's very few people that can put it together like Merle Haggard, right?
Right.
And you know, I like listening to, this is a really obscure like gospel group, but I like the Louvin Brothers, like the way they harmonize. Graham Parsons, I listen to a lot of that. The Flying Burrito Brothers, all that stuff was very and is very influential. Now, you know, I like artists like Jason Isbell. I like Ryan Adams, who I think is an incredible songwriter.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Isbell, of course, is an incredible guitar player and songwriter. And you can see where they push the boundaries of what, you know, country music should sound like.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of that.
Man, I am too. I actually got to hang out with Merle Haggard, one of his ex-wives, Leona Williams, again last September the 8th. She made it as a songwriter, and she is fantastic. She still sounds great, too, performing live on stage at 80 years old, and she's just the sweetest lady, man. We love Leona Williams, and she lives here in Missouri, not too far from Branson. I'm in Branson, Missouri, by the way, and that's where we're doing the show from live tonight. And I don't know if you've ever been here, but your music would definitely turn some heads here for sure.
I've heard a lot about it. You know, I've heard about how many theaters are in Branson, you know, relative to the population of
Right.
Branson,
Mm-hmm.
and it blows my mind, like how incredibly artist-centric the place is, and that's great.
Yeah, live show capital of the world, they call it, just based on that many theater seats. In this little town of 10,000, we have over 58,000 theater seats here in Branson.
That's incredible.
So
That it could generate that much heat and opportunity for any artist, right? And I think
Yep.
that, you know, the number one thing, I mean, aside from making the music and creating it, is the other is being able to play it for people.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I think that's an incredible opportunity for any artist.
Absolutely. Now, you had a band, and maybe you still do, called the Red Doors. Is that still an active thing? You go out and do a full band show with those guys, or what?
The Red Floors, yeah.
Red
I mean,
Floors.
I'm in the middle of trying to put together another iteration of the Red Floors, just for purposes of finishing the next record. You know, I've got about 30 songs in the pipe that that are in different stages of completion, and I hope to get it done. You know, I've been promising myself, at this time last year, I thought I was going to get it done by March, and just circumstances being what they were, I just couldn't. But I think I'm very close to finishing. And part of the problem is I keep going back, and I want to strip away more parts or add some here. And my producer told me the other day, he's like, man, you got to leave some of these songs the way they are. They're fine. And what's happening now is I go back and listen to them, and I like them more and more. And I've got to test, if I'm humming or singing my own song a lot, then I think it's going to work.
There you go.
And that's kind of the test. And I think I've got 30 songs that I'm really, really proud of. And then I'm going to cut that down to about 14 that I think will fit conceptually on this record, and hopefully have it digitally released by early spring and then pressed into vinyl by summer.
That sounds great. Man, vinyl's making a comeback, so that is perfect, isn't it?
Well, you know, I think for a lot of artists that, you know, are playing small shows and things like that, you know, fans want to take something home that's tangible sometimes besides a T-shirt.
Yeah.
You know, we get paid very little for these digital streams, which are not unwelcome, but it's the best way, I think, to make music or to sell your music is in a tangible form.
Yeah. Now, I used to paint for a living and paint houses and condos and stuff like that. I actually painted a lady's porch red one time. So how did the Red Floors come about and that name for your band?
Well, the rehearsal space that we used to use was a basement in my house, and it had red carpeting. And so we didn't have a name. Excuse me. We were basically just jamming, and I was showing the other guys some of my songs, and we were starting to arrange them and put them together. We didn't have a name, and my son at the time, he must have been about, I don't know, 6 or 7, about. And he said, he's a real smart kid, not because of me, but he just is. He says, why don't you call your band the Red Floors? And I said, that makes sense. And so we did.
Love it. Your son named the band. That is fantastic. Love that. You got a great song called 57 we're going to play first. My brother had a 57 Chevy back in the day, and my dad did too. So I love those cars, and classic cars is a big thing in our family. But how did this song come about?
So there's a highway, and it stretches from Alaska all the way to Tierra del Fuego, Argentina. And different parts of that highway are called 57, and in different parts of the country, in different countries, it's called the National Highway or the Pan American Highway. And in the U.S., 57 becomes I-35 that stretches all the way to, from Eagle Pass all the way to the border with Canada and then beyond Alaska. And so the idea was no matter how far you go, there's always a way home. Like you can get back home. And it's kind of this twisted little love letter to home. And I think that anybody who has left, whether it's physically or metaphorically from wherever they're from, the idea that you can get back and that there's something good there that calls you back. And that's the genesis of the song. And I think my daughter, my oldest daughter, she challenged me to write an anthem. She's like, why don't you write an anthem? And she's very, interested in different types of music. And I said, you know what? I have an idea for one. And this is it.
That is awesome. I love hearing that story because I live just south of old Route 66 that runs right through the middle of the country, and they do a lot of stuff in Springfield, Missouri that is just north of me for that every year. So, and they have parades and everything, and classic car shows come through there, and they give away a brand new Corvette here a couple of years ago, and those are about $66,000. That's why they did it. So that's pretty cool.
Well, that'd be nice to get a new Corvette.
Yeah, no kidding. My aunt had a 56 or a 57 Corvette back in the day too. So, yep, I love it. Well, we're going to play that song, and then we're going to come back and talk a little bit more if you can hang out with us. Pancho Navarez is on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this Triple Play Thursday.
Ain't no rain in this border town. Ancient sun, it'll beat a good man down. And the lines on my face tell me how. The taking and the giving, got faith with no religion. What I'm missing home. Western sky keeps showing me the weather, and my far gaze got 'em thinking I'm saying something that's clever. Right from the stars where you begin, straight down the line leading me to the end. Roaring from a river, calling me, it's on. 57, take me home. 57. Ain't no rain, ain't no rain in this border town. Summer wind, it'll blow your candles out, and the lines on my face tell me how.
His name is Pancho Navarez. That is called 57, and that is a fantastic song. I love it, and great job on that, my friend.
Thank you, Tim.
You're welcome, and we look forward to playing your other two to complete your triple play tonight. I want to ask you, though, in this next segment, you mentioned your son, 14 years old, and he named your band the Red Floors, and so that brings up another question, and I ask this all the time of artists that have young children. And you mentioned he's developing a pretty cool playlist. Is he musically inclined enough, like you, that he's wanting to do something in the world of music, maybe be an artist himself or play instruments in a band or something like that?
You know what? I'm starting to see some interest in that. He's very interested in football, like that's and playing basketball. Those are the
I
things
love that.
that really move him. But I also see that I can hear him, and he can carry a tune, and I can see him as he's growing his interest in different types of music. I can see that he's working through why he likes it, and I think that that's kind of pushing him towards this a more musical, place.
Yeah.
My grandfather was a band leader. He had an orchestra, and so I probably developed an interest in it from that, right?
Yep.
But my daughters they can sit down at the piano and peck things out. My middle child, she can play the guitar a little bit, and they're just kind of. I tell them, I said, look, at some point maybe you find your footing in this or you don't. But I can see all of them in one way or another have some interest in it.
That's awesome. Now, you growing up, did you take lessons to play the piano and the instruments that you play, or did you were you self-taught?
I took one piano lesson and I walked out.
Wow.
So the piano teacher had the piano keys painted onto the piano, the latch that closes over the piano, and she wanted us to position our fingers on that. And so once she hit my older sister went with me to the lesson, and she hit my sister with a pencil in the hand really hard and made her cry. And then we were playing this basically wooden piano, which I thought was terrible. And so we walked out in the middle of the lesson, and I never went back.
Wow. That is something. I had a teacher in the 6th grade that did that to a kid with a ruler. She hit him on the hand like that. And, I'll never forget that. That's just and watching that, that's just something you never forget. But
and it's odd. I mean, I still remember walking the piano teacher's studio wasn't very far from our house, and we weren't supposed to walk home. We were pretty small, and I still remember walking home. Like I'll never forget. She's my older sister holding my hand as we crossed this busy street, and just thinking to myself, I never want to go back there. Like I don't want to learn to play the piano that way. And we had a piano at home, and I just said, well, why don't I just sit down and play it as best I could? And that's kind of how I figured it out. Wow.
I tried to pick up the piano, but they're pretty heavy. So I put it back down. Yeah. I love your next song we're going to play too, and the title of it. I get a lot of wild titles, and I never get to figure it out until I hear the stories behind it by doing these interviews, and that's what I call them, the stories behind the songs. You've got one called Philistines and Muddy Waters. Tell us about this one.
Yeah, so I was, I told you I was in the legislature here in Texas for 8 years, and I had a place that overlooked the Colorado River. And, I really like blues music. I listen to a lot of it. Muddy Waters is somebody that I spin on my turntable quite a bit, among other artists. And that was sort of a pun, but what it was is it rained really hard in Austin that day. And I just had I was really, it's a song about hypocrisy, and really what I could have been looking at is my own hypocrisy at the time. But it really is about that, like how hypocritical I felt a lot of people were, how hypocritical I was. And I watched the Colorado, and it was brown from the mud. And so I just had this, I had this riff in my head, and I was just thinking of the most archaic term for somebody who was just unmanageable, right? And the word Philistines just kept coming to mind, right? And it's a biblical reference. And I'm not much of a Bible reader, but I understand it enough to know, parts of it, right?
Right.
And I just put that together, how turbulent things were, how I felt about that, and that's where this song came from, right? And I was thinking about writing a song that sounded like a train going off the tracks. And if you listen to the song as it goes, it's got this, it's got that feel that it's kind of on the edge all the time. And I love the guitar solo on it. I played a variation of it, not very good, and my producer, who's an incredible guitar player, he listened to it, and of course I was kind of fumbling my way through it. He's like, "Let me do that." So he took it over and he just went. And you can hear in the recording where I'm talking to him, and we left it in. I tell him, "Bring it," and so that's what he does. Is he just like lets it rip. And I think we did it. Yep. I heard it a couple times, but we laid it down like in one take, and it's pretty good.
It is good. I heard those sounds again that you mentioned, the train sounds and everything is really well done. And the third song we're going to play tonight is called Whiskey Ain't Free, and I can just only imagine with the addiction issues you told us about that, the song is probably about there's a price to pay if you do that, isn't there?
Yeah, it's a cry for help, and it was me. I wrote it like right in the throes of being drunk and high, and I didn't know how to say it. And I don't think if I'd really said it, nobody would have believed me, and about this time I was already saying out loud to myself that I was an alcoholic and an addict. I just couldn't say it to anybody else. And this is kind of my way of saying it.
Man, I'm telling you, so many people are going to relate to this, and even my brothers and everything. I was telling you off the air about them, and I'm the oldest of 5 boys. They all have those issues. I never got that, but you're going to help so many people by telling your story tonight, and you're going to have a whole lot of more new fans, I guarantee you, my friend. You are fantastic, and where can folks reach out and find Pancho Navarez on social media if they want to listen to more of your music?
Yeah, and I'm on Twitter at Poncho Nevares. I'm on Instagram at Poncho Nevares, Facebook at Poncho Nevares. I think I'm on TikTok at Poncho Nevares, and you can download and stream the music. The name of the band is The Red Floors. You can do that at Amazon, iTunes, Spotify, Zune. I mean, I think there's even some Chinese streaming services that I'm on too.
There you go.
And you can buy a copy of the album. If you like vinyl, you can buy a copy of the album on my website at The Red Floors or at 7172 Records, or you can buy it at Amazon.
And I subscribe to your YouTube channel too, so I would encourage folks to go over there and do that because you just came out with some videos too. So.
Yeah, we're going to start uploading some new content in the next month or so because I'm going to start doing sketches of the new songs in acoustic, and we're going to be playing a lot of new music and putting it out there. And I've got a segment too where we're going to write a song together, on YouTube. And so, because I'm very interested in the process, and I want people to understand the process sometimes. Somebody asked me the other day, I was at a football game, they asked me, how long does it take you to write a song? I said, sometimes it takes me 5 minutes, and sometimes it takes me 5 years. I don't know.
I hear that all the time too, and people hold on to a song for sometimes that long and finally decide, I'm going to record this thing,
Yeah, and I try to memorialize everything quick, and get it recorded, and then I figure out what to do with it. And I learned a lot of lessons. One of the artists that I really, really admire for a lot of different reasons. Number one, he's an incredible songwriter. Number two, if you had a band or wanted to start a band, you would put this person playing every single instrument in the band, and that's Prince. If you want a lead guitarist, Prince. Yep. You want a bass player, Prince. You want a drummer, Prince. You want a piano player, Prince. And you want a vocalist, Prince. And the man was extremely prolific at recording his music. And I would say this, I do too, I record everything. And some of it works and some of it doesn't, but I would say this to artists is record your music, right? Get it to a point where you can put it in somebody's hands so they can listen to it.
Absolutely. And I'm sure glad you did. And it is great to have you on the program tonight. Prince was a musical genius, too, by the way. And I believe that about you. Your music is fantastic. Keep doing your thing. And, man, if you come out with something new you want to promote, be sure to hit me up or have Sandra do it. And we'll get you back on the program again. Love to talk to you again. This has been a blast.
Tim, I would most definitely do that. I want to thank you for your time. I want to thank all the people that are within the sound or earshot of your radio show, and I appreciate what you do for independent artists. And I really, I hope the last thing I'll leave with you is I have a fond hope and wish and prayer for your brothers and their children to get better.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for that. And our prayers are with you and your family as well. And we'll see you on the radio, as I say around here, for sure.
Take care, Tim.
You got it. Pancho Navarez. This is called Philistines and Muddy Waters. And then Whiskey Ain't Free is going to kick off the top of the next hour on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this Triple Play Thursday.
Thrust upon us, trying verses from a book that they really don't believe. Covered there, crying your passion. Mama said they're coming at you. I never really worry, 'cause I ain't got much to give. Tongues to find a summer place I left behind. I can't accept this courtesy, sucks my feeble mind. Philistines and muddy waters, from Death Valley to your mountains, casting pennies in your fountains, just a foot below the water, where we drown in all our dreams. There go black soul rolling your thunder, looking for a heart to plunder. I can't bear to smile, there ain't nothing here that's real. I'm speaking tongues to further some place I left behind. I can't accept this courtesy, it sucks my feeble mind. Bring it.
In New Country starts now on Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
It's 5 o'clock, my friend. I'm whispering out loud to my head again. They'll take you by your head. And Mama told me the more I drank, the less I would forget. Mama told me it's an anchor, son, and it's wrapped around your neck. Yeah, 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 Ice melts in a glass, becoming something else. And in the cut glass, I become that someone else. Yeah, take you by your head. Mama told me the more I drank, the less I would forget. Mama told me it's an anchor, son, and it's wrapped around your neck. Yeah, 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 whiskey, it ain't pretty. It's 5 o'clock again. Now I'm whispering out loud into my head again, yeah. It's got me by my head, yeah. And Mama's told me, and tell me
His name is Pancho Navarez. What a great triple play that was. And Whiskey Ain't Free, that was the third one in the triple play. You can definitely hear the rock influences that I was talking about in the interview in that song. Thanks for doing the interview, my friend, from Eagle Pass, Texas, Pancho Navarez. Go follow him all over social media. He's all over it right now in my chat room on several formats, and I love the support. Thank you, Sandra De La Parra, for hooking me up with that talented gentleman. And that was our first radio interview tonight. It will not be our last. You are welcome to come back anytime you want to promote something new. I love playing your music, and we're going to keep doing that long after this interview is over tonight as well. Welcome to hour number 2 of the Tim Kelly Show. We are still live on our website at KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. I am on YouTube live at KICR Indie Country Radio. I'm on TikTok at Tim Kelly On Air. Come say hello over there. We got a live chat room. You can keep tapping that screen, and we'll just blow that thing up. We're over 5,000 likes over there, and I hope you're liking this show. I'm sure loving it. And we are got Triple Play Thursday going on. That means every artist on the show gets played 3 times in a row. And I've got another great radio interview at the bottom half of this hour. KC Hughes from South Dakota is going to join me on the program. You're going to love his music and the stories behind his songs as well. This next talented artist is working with my good friend Jesse Keith Whitley, the son of Keith Whitley and Lori Morgan. They've produced some music videos together, and he is actually blowing it up on all kinds of formats. Go follow Caden Wilson. His name, Caden, is Caden. This is called Make Her Love Me from Caden Wilson on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
Daddy knows the answer to everything. Oh, how to skin a buck and wet a line and fix that truck to make it mine. But Daddy, there's something I need to know. I love a girl that don't love me. I know that I'd treat her like a queen. To me, that's exactly what she is. I pray one day she'll come around. I'd steal her heart if I knew how. So Daddy, can you please tell me, how do I make her love me? Done all that I know to do. I've held the door, I heard her cry about all them other guys, but I can't seem to make her mine. I love a girl that don't love me. I know that I treat her like a queen. To me, that's exactly what she is. Pray one day she'll come around. I'd steal her heart if I knew how. So Daddy, can you please tell me, how do I make her love me? I took her hand, she took my name. Now that she feels the same, I get to love a girl that now loves me. I always treat her like a queen, and cause to me that's exactly what she is. But now I finally made her mine. I love her till the day we die. Daddy, thank you for all your advice. Finally made her mine. Yeah, she's all mine.
Song number 2.
Don't tell your lies and don't close your eyes. Just shoot it straight, baby, just let it pour. Oh, don't spare me your thunder, 'cause I ain't afraid. Lord knows I'm no stranger to the rain. Try as I may, I can never be the fairy tale that you've been dreaming. Ain't no turning this thing around. You're more hard living, quitting time. Wonder where you are tonight. I'm always more lost than found. Sure, the 100 proof and the I'm over you's gonna hurt. Yeah, I'm sure it'll hit me. But tonight, it's whiskey, women, and with me. Yeah, I heard that you hate me, LA to Miami and everywhere in between. And I don't go around mirrors 'cause it's clear I ain't nothing. And I wonder if you're thinking about me. Well, if this is over, if this is it, don't worry, baby, I'm the comeback kid. Try as I may, I can never be the fairy tale that you've been dreaming. Ain't no turning this thing around. You're more hard living, quitting time. Wonder where you are tonight. I'm always more lost than found. Sure, the 100 proof and the I'm over you's gonna hurt. Yeah, I'm sure it'll hit me. But tonight, it's whiskey, women, and with me. Brother Jukebox, play me a drinking song. It's bottoms up till the bottle's gone. Don't waste your breath, 'cause you say it best when you say nothing at all. Try as I may, I can never be the fairy tale that you've been dreaming. Ain't no turning this thing around. You're more hard living, quitting time. Wonder where you are tonight. I'm always more lost than found. Sure, the 100 proof and the I'm over you gonna hurt. Yeah, I'm sure it'll hit me. But tonight, it's whiskey, women, and with me. Whiskey, women, and with me. Whiskey, women, and with me.
Once again, his name is Caden Wilson. That is Caden on Caden. That is called Whiskey and Whitley, and that was produced by the great Jesse Keith Whitley, the son of the late great Keith Whitley and Lori Morgan. I got to meet him last September the 30th, almost a year ago it's been already, when I got the chance to host Freedom Jam USA in St. Louis, Missouri. Man, what a great show that was. A tribute show for veterans, and 100% of the proceeds went to help our veterans and build them tiny homes, get them off the streets, get them canines for PTSD issues, all that kind of good stuff. What a great guy Jesse Keith Whitley is for doing that. And all the artists there donated their time and everything and all their efforts to that show. It was a pleasure meeting them. He's producing Caden Wilson, and a great video to that, Whiskey and Whitley. Go check it out on YouTube and subscribe to Caden Wilson. One more for Caden to complete his triple play is his latest single right now out to radio. It is called No Good Cowboy on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio. New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
I can ride a horse, I can rope a steer, I can shoot a gun, and I can run away from here. I don't rob banks, but I break girls' hearts. The kind of cowboy that leaves them in the dark. Just a no good cowboy, steady looking down. I don't have a home, I just move from town to town. I lost my love 'cause I just couldn't see till she found another man, a better man than me. May not live a perfect life, but I do love the Lord. Mama tried to teach me, Daddy taught me more. She showed me how to love day after day. He only showed me how to ride away. Just a no good cowboy, steady looking down. I don't have a home, I just moved from town to town. I lost my love 'cause I just couldn't see, till she found another man, a better man than me. When I find another town, I know what I'd wish. I could be back home with my family once again. Just a no good cowboy, steady looking down. I don't have a home, I just moved from town to town. I lost my love 'cause I just couldn't see, till she found another man, a better man than me.
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it?
Today's country.
Country lives right here. Country is what we do.
Today's country. More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing new country's best.
Now this is my kind of country.
New country.
New country.
New country.
Monday comes around too soon for me. Don't have much time to get my party on. Headed on down to Plunkett's Creek. Stop better still and be a little discreet. See what's brewing down a Billy's back door. Hammer out some songs and party all night long in the honky-tonk corner. Honky-tonk corner. Deep in the trees of Tennessee, fill your mason jars with fire water. Good old boys and those farmers' daughters, heading on down in the honky-tonk corner. We'll be high-tech boots stomping wild-ass rednecks, bonfire blazing, lighting up the night. Jimmy Johnson dancing there with his ex, and everybody knows what's gonna happen next. Slip on off to a pickup bed, loving all night till the skies turn red. I said honky-tonk horner, honky-tonk horner, deep in the trees of Tennessee, fill your mason jars with fire water. Good old boys and those farmers' daughters, heading on down in the honky-tonk holler. Holler, 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 holler. Monday comes around too soon for me. Don't have much time to get my party on. Headed on down to Plunkett's Creek. Stop at a still and be a little discreet. See what's brewing down a Billy's back door. Hammer out some songs and party all night long in the honky-tonk corner. Honky-tonk corner. Deep in the trees of Tennessee, fill your mason jars with fire water. Good old boys and those farmers' daughters, getting on down in the honky-tonk corner. Honky-tonk honky-tonk holler.
Song number 2.
Light us a fire in the fireplace. Wanna hear your playlist, soft and slow. Full moon is shining, casting shadows. Turn down the lights, pour us a glass of Merlot. I wanna be red wine, blue jean girl. Don't need to buy me diamonds or pearls. Be my one and only. I'll be all yours. True love is worth more than all that money in the world. I wanna be your red wine and blue jean girl. I see the fire flicker in your eyes. Two hearts are falling, it's a matter of time. I can't control the way I'm melting. Hand in hand, your sweet lips on mine. I wanna be red. Blue jean girl, don't need to buy me diamonds or pearls. Be my one and only. I'll be all yours. True love is worth more than all that money in the world. I wanna be your red wine, blue jean girl. Love ain't flawless, but if we keep it honest, nothing's as priceless as an unbroken promise. I wanna be your red wine, blue jean girl. Don't need to buy me diamonds or pearls. Be my one and only. I'll be all yours. True love is worth more than all that money in the world. I wanna be your red wine, blue jean girl. Ah, ah, ah. Ah, ah, ah. Blue jean girl.
Her name is Kari Phillips. That is Karree. Kari Phillips, and that is called Red Wine and Blue Jean Girl. And before that, another great song called Honky Tonk Holler. Honky Tonk Holler right there. And we had a great radio interview a while back, and that interview is in the Tim Kelly Show archives. I'm going to put two more in there tonight with Pancho Navarez and Casey Hughes. That is at the top of the homepage at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. The Tim Kelly Show archives is just the 30-minute interview, including the 3 songs that I play while I'm speaking with the artist, and they are downloadable. So if you artists want to download those interviews and share them on your social media, or just share them with your listeners to listen to over and over again, please feel free to do that. The Tim Kelly Show archives, KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. I'm going to be speaking with Casey Hughes after one more song from Kari Phillips. It is called Dance on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR. Indie Country Radio, new country's best on a triple play Thursday.
She was holding back news 3 months to the day. They were watching TV when his phone rang. The call from the interview said we gave it some thought. We're all thinking you're the man for the job. He held out his hand and asked her to dance. With a big smile she said, "You're gonna be a dad." And dance, we dance.
It's hot in July on the front porch swing. 50 years have gone by. She's been to the doctor today and they said the cancer's gone. You got lots of years left. He held out his hand and asked her. Smile, she said, till I can't dance, we dance in the pouring down rain or a bright sunny day, laughing to cry and spinning and flying hand in hand every turn. Dance when there's not enough word. Even heartache and hurting never kept them from flirting. They could always find good in the bad. Dance, we dance in the pouring down rain or bright sunny day, laughing to cry and spinning and flying hand in hand every turn. Dance, dance, dance when there's not enough words.
You're listening to the Tim Kelly Show on KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. We are live from Branson, Missouri with a Triple Play Thursday show. So every artist in the program gets played 3 times tonight. And I'm excited to play and hear the story behind the songs of K.C. Hughes. How are you, my friend?
Good. How are you doing, Tim?
Doing fantastic. You're calling from South Dakota, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Awesome. Born and raised there?
Born and raised right here, central South Dakota, myself.
There you go. And I was telling you, we got lots of great country music from up in that area. I've interviewed Mike Morris and another Gina Roberts here just recently from up in that direction as well. So
Sure, we do get a little honey hole of good musicians and artists right up here.
absolutely. I want to give a big shout out to Sandra De La Parra and her promotion company for hooking me up with you. She's fantastic as well.
She is. If you didn't give her a shout out, I was sure gonna. She's done a ton for artists
Yep.
all over the country here.
She is really loving this program, and I'm going to be interviewing some more of her artists as well. In fact, Pancho Navarez is on this show tonight with you, so that's good stuff. Tell me, what got you into country music?
You know, it's kind of a funny story. My brothers were playing that dang Guitar Hero on Xbox or something like that, and I thought, this is stupid. Why wouldn't you just learn how to play guitar for real? And that's kind of what I did. I went to a pawn shop. I was down by myself in Arizona for my 21st birthday and grabbed a guitar and started picking and learning how to play.
Man, that makes sense. I love that. I say that. I love the young folks that do that. You know, there's so much out there to distract you and playing video games and all that. But with all of this technology that we have now, a lot of folks are making music and doing it in their own home studios now. That's pretty cool, too.
Yeah, that's pretty much how we're doing it right now. Me and my band, we make everything in home right at the moment.
That's awesome. Well, your stuff sounds professional, I'll tell you that.
I've got a great sound guy, Gene Lumby, my bass player. He runs our sound, does all of our recording, and he's been doing it for years, and he definitely knows what he's doing.
That's awesome. Hey, I want to ask you about your name, too. KC, probably short for something, but I interviewed a young lady by the name of Casey Johns. She said she was named after KC and the Sunshine Band. I'm a big KC, Kansas City Chiefs fan, so tell me your name, KC. How'd that come about?
Well, my initials are KC, and I thought I would kind of pay homage to my great-uncle. Many people around him, actually great-great-uncle, but many people know him around all over, I guess, but it was Casey Tibbs, and I just thought I would kind of pay homage to him being right out of this area.
Nice. That is awesome. You'll be easy to find on social media with those initials, that's for sure. And I went and liked and followed your Facebook page, and we'll encourage folks to do that as well. And we'll talk about your other social media here in just a little bit. But now let me ask you this too. In country music and teaching yourself how to play guitar, who kind of influenced you as an artist, or somebody that you may have listened to growing up on the radio?
Well, I grew up running the vinyl for my dad and turning Buck Owens and George Jones and Tammy Wynette, all the old stuff. That was my job to go over and turn the record over. So I really grew up listening to that. And then my mom, she was kind of more of a, early pop fan, or Michael Jackson and stuff like that. So, but really my turning point is the way I decided to go about creating music. About 2015, I suppose it was. I heard Blackberry Smoke, One Horse Town, and I was like, oh my God, there's still people out here playing real country music, and I didn't even know they were kind of a southern rock band at the time, but that really introduced me to the whole underground country music scene.
Wow. Isn't that interesting? And I talk about that a lot on this program because people do have those different influences, and for me, when I started out in radio, it was 80s music. But that 90s country converted me to wanting to do country radio. But it's interesting about how all of these other genres kind of incorporate into country music now. That southern rock, a little bit of blues, a little bit of bluegrass. We've got that here in Branson. They love bluegrass music. But, I've always say, and Americana now, too. But I say if it sounds country, I'll definitely play it on the radio.
Yeah, country music's evolving a lot all the time. I think it always has been, but with all these young guys coming up, there's a lot of influences, like you said, and it's really evolving it as it goes all the time.
Yeah. And you brought that up too, young guys coming up, and one thing that I don't think is dying, but if they are trying to bring it back or keep it alive, is traditional country music, and a lot of young artists are doing that now, both male and female.
Yeah.
I love that, and a little bit of steel guitar in there, and as Alabama said, you got to have a fiddle in the band. That sounds good to me.
Yeah, I would say our music lines right up with pretty heavy traditional. It's all steel guitar and a fiddle there.
Yep, that's awesome. Now, we talked a little bit about in the opening, being from South Dakota, and the country music scene up there, I know is pretty good. You probably stay pretty busy doing shows now that you're doing your thing in country music, huh?
Been a pretty good year. I can't complain. We've had a really good run. Had a really busy summer this year, playing all over South Dakota. Really haven't had a need to leave yet, I guess, because we've been so busy.
Yeah.
But it's evolving into a pretty good scene up here over time.
That is awesome. Have you ever been to Branson, the live show capital of the world?
I have not. We just went through Missouri the other day. I went and just got back from South Carolina, but haven't been through Branson.
Well, if you do stop through next time, hit me up, because I'm just right here, about 20 minutes north of town, and I spent all day there yesterday, so we go down there quite a bit, and then, of course, I do my show from there as well, so love to see you here. There's a lot of theaters here and a lot of places to play, and, in fact, I've got one on my a website called Branson Country USA that's a weekly show that they bring in a lot of great talent from all over the place and let them play on that show. So.
Well, that'd be great. I should look into that, because I got a gal out in Tennessee wants me to come back and play her stage again, but it is kind of hard not knowing the business all the time and the places, to round up a trip like that and make it at least break even. Yeah, exactly. And, I say this all the time, too, and I'm on about 10 other radio stations around the country and around the world. 3 in Belgium, 1 in Germany. I've got Ireland. There's a bunch of them out there. But, country music is universal. The people all over the world love the brand of country music that is made here in the United States. And a lot of times they can't hear it if it wasn't for programs like this, sending it to those other stations. So I love doing this program. And then I get to meet you guys through the airwaves, whether we ever meet in person or not. I'm already having fun talking to you. Yeah, that's great. It's music in general it connects.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, do you guys do you have a full band and go out and play shows, or do you do acoustic sets, or kind of a combination of both?
Well, mostly a full band. I do some acoustic stuff. And honestly, once you get used to hearing that full band sound, it's hard to want to do the acoustic. It's just not as much fun as the, camaraderie and everything else that goes on with the full band. But I do a little bit of both, but mostly playing with the whole band.
Awesome. And what are some of the favorite songs that you like to do, like cover songs? Do you do a lot of covers, or a good combination of your originals with some covers as well?
It's kind of a combination of originals and covers. When I started playing about 2018 is when I formed the band that I'm still currently with everybody from 2018, and we played some of the songs I had written, and then we tried playing music that I felt nobody was getting to hear up here.
That's why I do this program that way, stuff that Nashville or any of those other places don't know anything about. And in fact, we went to a show here locally in Springfield, Missouri, just north of Branson, and we were sitting at our table and getting ready for the show we were going to see, and some gal walks across the room with a Cody Jinks t-shirt on, so they know who he is.
Yeah, he's definitely made a name for himself.
Yep. And I've been playing him too. Cody Johnson as well as an independent artist. And now he's big time. First independent artist to sell out NRG Stadium down in Houston, Texas. And he's really going strong. And so are the women of country music. I talk about that all the time. They're just killing it right now. Lainey Wilson winning CMA Entertainer of the Year last year. Good stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of great women musicians out there right now.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, too. Tell us who the members in your band.
And harmonies as well. Gene does harmonies, too. And Steve Van Mullum plays the fiddle, and Jim Hardwick on the drums right now. And then myself on rhythm guitar, a little bit of lead and vocals.
That sounds good. Your music sounds good, too. We're going to play your first song called Memories. And then we've got two more songs for your triple play tonight as well. So we'll talk about those in a minute. Lawyers, Cheaters, and Fakes. And then one called More to Me. But I like to talk about songwriting a lot. Now, is that something that you do? And did you write any of these songs we're going to play tonight?
Yeah, I've written every one of my songs, with the exception of Old Willie on our second album. Gene Lumby wrote a line in that one, and then we recently released a cover of Blue Moon in May or June of this year, which is a really upsped bluegrass type of version of it, and we've ever done.
That's awesome. I'll have to hear that one. Love it. That's a favorite of mine. I love that song.
Well, definitely check it out. It was inspired by King of the Hill, the cartoon, actually. They did such a good job of doing that with Charlie Daniels and Vince Gill. I'm like,
oh, nice.
I couldn't believe they didn't have it recorded somewheres.
Yeah. I just watched not too long ago the tribute they did to Toby Keith, and he sang a Joe Diffie song, Ships That Don't Come In. And, man, he just absolutely nailed that. And it had never been seen before on TV until they did that tribute to him here not too long ago. And sure miss him in the world of country music. He's from Oklahoma, and I spent 20 years down there. And he's one of the reasons I got into country radio as well. And he helped a lot of other artists get started, too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was, one of the original independents that come out of the 90s, with, there wasn't a record label that wanted him, and he showed them what they missed.
Yep, absolutely. And he worked in the oil fields for a long, long time, and I was around a lot of those people down there in Oklahoma. I know they're hard workers, but that wasn't what he was passionate about. It was passionate about making country music. When we talked and got on the air today, you were helping your dad round up some cows, so you probably do some other things on the side too, but I guarantee you country music's probably your passion.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. I help my dad with, he's got two businesses here in town, and I help him out when I can, and he's been a great supporter. I mean, when I've got to go play, he knows that's where my heart is, and he's never tried to stop me from that. So, It's a great relationship there.
And I say that all the time, too. There's nothing better than family support when you're trying to do this, because it is a tough business. You know that. Lots of people are trying to make it, trying to get heard. And, it's not an easy thing, and there's so much that goes into it behind the scenes of making a 4-minute and 10-second song like I'm looking at in Memories. There's merchandise to design, there's logos, there's websites, there's all kind of things, and being a presence on social media, all of that takes time, and it's a team effort too. Your family helps a lot. I talk to these young folks and their moms, and they call them momagers. You know, they manage their careers and they're their mom at the same time. So.
Yeah, and that's absolutely right. It's tough without friends and family to help, lift you up and support you. I mean, it's just, you can't get anywhere if you don't have anyone sharing what you're doing and being supported.
Right. Well, and your buddies in your band too. You've been together for 6 years. They become family as well. You're on tour. If you do the tour bus thing or whatever, you eat together, you sleep together, you become really close, and that's your band of brothers probably.
They are. They're like immediate family anymore.
Yeah. Now, in songwriting, do you co-write with some of the guys in your band, or are you pretty much on your own, or have you collaborated with some folks too?
It's usually on my own. I'll sit down, have a line pop in my head, and then start writing. But I'll take it out to the band, and we'll polish it a little bit from there. But I do most of my own writing. Working on a couple co-writes for this year, though, with some other artists.
Okay. Now, are you more lyric-based, or do you have to hear the melody first, or kind of pitch the lyrics to the band and say, hey, could you put something together for this?
Usually, I write it all. I write the melody and the lyrics. I don't know. My brain works a certain way. I'll hear a line will come to my head, and I instantly hear the whole song unfold. I mean, I can hear how I want the drums, how I want everything in there, and I'll go up there, and then it's usually just that, polish up that melody, maybe a better turnaround or something like that I might have missed in the song that'll enhance it a little bit.
That's awesome. Now, I didn't ask you this, too. Do any of your songs have a video attached to it?
I don't have any videos made. We've made plans to make one a couple different times. COVID kind of wrecked the train on one, and something fell through on another one. It's been hard to get one made.
Yeah, well, that's a neat process as well, and I love to see those because it shows your acting talent, and a lot of movies have come out of, different songs, like Kenny Rogers had that whole Gambler series thing, and back in the day, Dolly Parton with 9 to 5, and there was just a bunch of movies that have come out of country music, or TV shows even. Waylon Jennings, he got to be the voice of Dukes of Hazzard for a long time, so that was pretty cool too. So you never know, huh?
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Yeah. And when the song takes off, and that's the goal of every artist, is to get one out there that people are playing 10, 20 years from now. Like I have this classic country radio station that's on the air 24/7 when I'm not doing this show. When it gets to that status and becomes classic and they're playing it, long after you recorded it, that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I just hope anybody listens to the music out there. I mean, there's a lot of heart and soul, and every song is a true story. It's a piece of me that I'm letting go when I put one out there. I
love that. So let's talk about that. The first song is called Memories. Let's hear the story behind it. That's why I love doing these interviews.
Yeah, I was sitting on my front porch. My wife and we've had about 7 houses now, and our last house, I was sitting out on the front porch. We got this big, pretty crabapple tree out there in full bloom, and my kids were out there playing and picking up rocks and bringing them back to me, and I was sitting out there with my guitar just kind of strumming some different ideas for melodies, and I got to thinking how much they are just like me. I still got my eyes to the ground and get attracted to rocks and stuff like that, and got me thinking how much I am just like my dad, and I ended up writing that song kind of based on that premise about my kids being just like me and how I'm just like my dad and my grandpa. And it's just, family carries on like that. It just kind of, it runs through you. Those things that you do, they go on to the next generation.
Yeah. Boy, it sure does. So that brings up some more questions I want to ask in the next segment when we come back. But we're going to play Memories from K.C. Hughes, and then we'll come back and talk to him some more on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on a Triple Play Thursday.
pick up every rock I see. There's worse habits to have. Man, all those little memories, yeah, they always seem to get to me, even when I'm down. Bring me around. Oh, I was for sure my father's son, had to do everything he'd done. I was just like him, trying to have some fun. Man, all those little memories, yeah, they always seem to get to me, even when I'm down. Bring me around. All the highs and lows, the in-betweens, all those memories. Now my kids, they're all grown up. My host, she's so damn tough. Got one of her own, and the times are rough. He says he wants to be just like his daddy and me. This world keeps on a turning, making memories. Man, all those little memories, yeah, they always seem to get to me, even when I'm down. Bring me around. The highs and lows, the in-betweens, all those memories. Yeah, those highs and lows, the in-between, all those memories.
His name is Casey Hughes. The song is called Memories. You just heard the song and the story behind it, and that is a great song, my friend. Good job on that one.
Thank you. That's been probably about my most popular. I mean, as far as I can tell from streaming and whatnot.
Absolutely. Well, folks, if you want to request at your local radio stations, wherever you are, it's Casey Hughes, and the song is called Memories. And then, of course, I always take requests while I'm live on the air, and then you can email me those requests as well, and our email address is right there on our website, too. So, what I want to ask you, you were talking about those brings back memories of your dad and your family. You've got 3 kids, you were telling me. So tell us how that plays out, and boy, girl wise, and then if any of them's musically inclined like you.
Yeah, I got 2 daughters. One's 2, and the other one is 13 this year, and then I got a son that's 11. And my oldest daughter, she's handy on the piano and the saxophone, and she's super talented. And my son is too. He can play the piano or the drums. He's had a little bit of learning in both, but I think both of them, her heart right now is in dance. My oldest daughter and my youngest son, he's still playing the drums and stuff. I think he really likes the drums.
That's awesome. Do the neighbors like it?
Well, we live out in the country, so
There
I don't
you go.
really have to
Doesn't
worry
matter.
about too many neighbors.
I love that. We aspire to get out in the country one of these days too. Man, that's good stuff. I've interviewed artists as young as 10 years old that are already doing country music and making recordings on this program. So I love that because I love watching their careers blossom too. And then I can look back and say, hey, I remember doing their very first radio interview, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's impressive. Some of these kids are just born musically inclined, and I'm jealous of them.
Yeah.
Mostly.
I was telling you off the air, I used to talk into an empty Folgers coffee can. That's how bad I wanted to be in radio, getting that little bit of reverb in my voice back then and stuff. And I've had artists tell me they used to sing in front of the mirror into a hairbrush and that kind of thing, you know, and wanted to be, you know, a star. And that's what we got on this program, man. It's I call it New Country's Best. In fact, that's our X account, formerly Twitter, is at New Country's Best. I really try to play the cream of the crop out there, and that's where I was glad when Sandra gave me your music, because I think you're one of those artists that we can definitely say New Country's Best behind all your songs.
Well, I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'll check out the X account and give you a follow over there.
That sounds good. And we will give you a follow on your social media too. So that brings up the next question. Tell us where folks can find you on social media if they want to check out more from KC Hughes.
I think everything is under @the KC Hughes, whether it's on X or Facebook or Instagram, Spotify. You know, if you any of the digital streaming and stuff, it's just under KC Hughes. But and that's the initials KC.
Okay.
And then Hughes, but.
Awesome. Now, we talked about a lot of different influences that are incorporated into country music, you know, from even other genres. So this next question, and you've probably been doing music for a little while yourself, but if you haven't done it already, you and your band, what is your dream gig, an artist that you would like to maybe either open for or somebody you might want to do a duet with live on stage? And they can be living or have passed. Who would some names be we might know?
Well, firstly, I always wanted to, since I was a kid, I wanted to open up for George Jones, and that ship has sailed. But as far as new country artists go, there are just so many. I would love to go on tour with about any of these guys that are traveling right now. I've met a lot this year. Ronnie and the Redwoods, great, mostly unheard of band. I would love to travel with those guys, or Kenny Fiddler, from another guy from South Dakota here he's kind of starting to make some waves. You know, if I could jump on with any of those guys, it just there's too many to even name. There's a lot. Yeah, there sure are. But,
you know, one song that George Jones did, and they do a tribute to it here at one of the shows that I've worked for in Branson at the Pierce Arrow Theater, the Nashville Roadhouse Live show. They do a tribute to George Jones and all of these other artists that have passed. But one of the songs that he did is Who's Gonna Fill Their Shoes? And you artist he was talking about.
Well, I sure appreciate it, because that was a lot of the goal when I started, was to play real traditional music, and I think we're doing that.
I think so too. I love it. So that's good stuff. The next song we're going to play is called Lawyers, Cheaters, and Fakes. Tell us about this one.
Well, this one's a kind of a funny story. I was at my son's was in wrestling when he was about 4 years old, and he might have been a little older by then, maybe 6 or 8, but another parent had pissed me off. Hopefully I can say that on there.
Yep.
But he had upset me a great deal, and instead of doing something rash, I sat down on the steps and grabbed my phone out and started writing words down, and turned into this song. And I actually sent this to my buddy Taylor Cowan, who writes songs as well. And within a couple seconds, he sent me him singing the song back, and I'm like, oh my God, that's great. I'm like, I'm like, instead of starting it off in a G, though, start it off in an A minor. And he sent me back another verse starting in A minor. I'm like, oh God, this is going to be perfect. I'm like, I'm going to come to your house as soon as I drop my kid off, and let's work this up. And he helped me work that song up, and it really evolved between that first day on the steps to him to taking it to the band and making it what it was.
That is awesome. You know why they bury lawyers 26 feet deep instead of 6 feet?
Why is that?
Because deep down, they're really not that bad.
Yeah, it's actually, the song started out as Liars, Cheaters, and Fakes, but he understood or misunderstood me, my buddy Taylor, and sang me Lawyers, and I'm like, you know, that probably, it just fits better for some reason, so let's stick with it.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being on the firm of Tim and Kelly tonight. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
It has been great having you, and don't be a stranger. This is our first radio interview, by the way, as well, but I've done many interviews with the same artist, and when you come out with something new you want to promote, be sure to have Sandra, or you go ahead and hit me up. We got each other's number now, and I'd love to have you back on the program.
Absolutely. Like I said, I got a couple new songs we released this year. I should have her get a hold of you with. I know she's got Holes was a new one that came out in June, I want to say, and that one's got a great story behind it. So I'll have to maybe get with her and have her get that one over to you.
Man, that sounds good. And I will also get with her about some venues here locally that maybe you can get out of South Dakota one of these days if you're on a tour or something like that. Next time you stop through Missouri, we can maybe see you in a live show. That would be awesome.
Absolutely. I would love to do that. Like I said, I got a gal in Tennessee that wants us to come back real bad, and I'd love to make that happen again.
Sounds good. Well, thank you for a great radio interview tonight. And folks, go check out more from Casey Hughes at, what is it, at The Real Casey Hughes?
At the Casey Hughes.
At the Casey Hughes. Okay, there you go. Lawyers, cheaters, and fakes, and more to me still to come on this Triple Play Thursday edition of the Tim Kelly Show on KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
Raise a glass to the one I trust more than others, closer than family. I call them brothers. Encouraging words, a hunger that burns, have no need for cover, and there are others. Lawyers and cheaters and liars and fakes, here for an instance to see what's at stake. Lawyers, cheaters, and fakes. I don't always live like I should and walk in the line. I've never been good. I know how to suffer as good as the others. Friends you can call when you're back against the wall. Wouldn't call your mother, you call a brother. Lawyers and cheaters and liars and fakes, here for an instance to see what's at stake. Lawyers, cheaters, and fakes. Lawyers and cheaters and liars and fakes, here for an instance to see what's at stake. Lawyers, cheaters, and fakes. Raise a glass to the ones I trust more than others, closer than family. I call them brothers.
Another hour of the best in New Country starts now on Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
They say I ain't country enough. Oh, but what do they know? You're just not hearing my words. How can you over that radio? That stuff they're playing for you, that ain't music to me.
just won't do. Well, the fact of the matter is, I like being alone. This sort of self-deprivation is like a self-control. I'm not trying to change your mind, just you wait and see. If you listen, you might find there's a whole lot more to me.
What a great triple play and a great interview with KC Hughes. He's from South Dakota, and go follow him all over social media. He is on my TikTok right now over here at Tim Kelly on Air, so you can find him in our live chat room. And thanks for hanging out with us. And we had a great time. And Sandra De La Parra, thank you for hooking me up with KC Hughes as well. What a fantastic artist. And that was our first interview. It will not be our last. In fact, she's going to be sending his other songs that he mentioned in the interview right over, and we're going to get him on the radio on our next show, which will be New Music Friday, a week from tomorrow night. I'm going to take tomorrow night off and go see Mr. Bobby Marquez, an artist that is coming to Branson, and we're going to do a matinee show with him tomorrow afternoon. I'll take lots of pictures, post that on social media, and I will be interviewing him real soon on this program as well. Welcome to hour number 3 of the Tim Kelly Show. We are live on KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com, and live on the TikTok at Tim Kelly on Air, live on YouTube at KICR Indie Country Radio, and we've got a great live show going on for the next hour. 60 more minutes of the best in new country music is straight ahead. This next gentleman is also from South Dakota, just like KC Hughes, and I talked about him in the interview. He's my good buddy Mike Morris. This is called Small Town on a 2-Lane on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
Tired of the hustle, fed up with the game. People all cutthroat, fighting for the same old thing. Who can burn who and make the loudest noise? Yeah, all keeping with the Joneses. Guess I'm just a good old boy. Call me crazy, call me a fool, blow me off with a you do you. Treat them like they're flyover states. Well, I'm grabbing gears, hitting overdrive. Every show, every time. Go ahead and say what you're gonna say. I'll take a small town on a 2-lane any day. Everybody knows your business. Everybody knows your name. Who's cheating who and who's to blame? It's a little bit of hunger, whole lot of chase. It's where you find humble. It's where leather meets lace. Call me crazy, call me a fool, blow me off with the you do you. Treat them like they're flyover
windows driving down the interstate. A young girl, westbound with Montana plates. Driving way too fast and looking way too good. It took me back 20 years, a little faster than it should. To summer nights on the banks of more random motel rooms. Living fast, playing hard and breaking all the rules. Making plans, testing truth, turning on a dime. Hearts are bound to break, I just didn't think it'd be mine. You had your reasons, I guess. I just ain't heard them yet. You sure looked happy the day before you left. Oh, I've often wondered, even searched a time or two. Spent years wondering if I'd ever learn the truth. I guess those rumors all turned out to be true. Double crossed by the old flame you ran back to. You had your reasons, I guess. I just ain't heard them yet. You sure looked happy the day before you left. You had your reasons, I guess. I just ain't heard them yet. You sure looked happy the day before you left. Day before you left.
His name is Mike Morris. That is called Day Before You Left. And we've got one more to complete his triple play. We just started hour number 3 of the Tim Kelly Show. Thanks for being a part of it. And man, they are blowing me up tonight on social media. Come and hang out with us on TikTok in this last hour. I'm over there at Tim Kelly on Air, and we would love to see you over there as well. I got the music cranked up so you can hear the audio excellent. It is New Country's best without a doubt. The third one in the triple play from Mike Morris is called Like Nobody Knows on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR. Indie Country Radio, New Country's best on Triple Play Thursday.
She lives in a big house on the other end of town. My phone, it starts ringing the very second he leaves town. Another crazy weekend with a short goodbye. She'll hurry home to meet him at the door like she's been there the whole time. She makes me love her like nobody knows. Hush, hush, keep quiet, round and round we go.
like nobody knows. Like nobody knows.
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it? Today's country.
I love absolutely every single song they play.
This station is dangerously good.
This is today's country.
I like the music.
I like the DJs.
There's even more to like.
I like everything about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing new country's best.
Now this is my kind of country.
New country.
New country.
New country.
You must be tired. You've gone such a long, long way. You used to be a fire. Now you're pressed to find the flame. You so badly wanna let go. But deep down you know you're gonna be somebody. Someone who stands above the crowd. Oh, let them say what they will say. Look up, don't be afraid. Don't you let them bring you down. You had no reservations. You were strong. You had no doubts. Your heart had a destination. You thought you'd be there by now. If you could just go back and believe in that you were gonna be somebody. Oh, yes you were. Someone who stands above the crowd. Oh, let them say what they will say. Look up, don't be afraid. Don't you let them bring you down. Don't you let them bring you down. Though the sun may be blinding, oh, tell me you won't let go. You have no strength left for trying. But hold on, 'cause I know you were gonna be somebody. Oh, yes you were. Someone who stands above the crowd. Let them say what they will say. Look up, don't be afraid. Don't you let them bring you down. Don't you let them bring you down. No, don't you let them bring you down.
Song number 2.
Sure as the sun will find the sky, there will be times we wonder why. One must stay and one must go. But either way, I hope you know you made my world a better place. Put a timeless smile upon my face. We may cry a tear or two, but forever heaven knows it's true. I will remember you. This life we live flies by so fast. You never know how long it lasts. But when you give a love so strong, it will live on and on. You made my world a better place, put a timeless smile upon my face. We may cry a tear or two, but forever heaven knows it's true. I will remember you. So close your eyes and feel my presence. I will see you Let's live our lives while we have time, with hopeful hearts and open minds. And I will try before I leave to touch someone like you touched me. You made my world a better place, put a timeless smile upon my face. We may cry a tear or two, but forever heaven knows it's true. I will remember
How about that young talent for 13 years young? Her name is Ariel Franz. That is called I Will Remember You. And before that, another great tune called Somebody. I'm going to give her a triple play and play the third one here in just a second. She was a special guest on my show back on the 6th of this month of September. You can check out that radio interview in the Tim Kelly Show archives. That tab is at the top of the homepage of my website at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. And I got a lot of great people in there already that I've talked to, and more to come. We're going to add two more tonight with Pancho Navarez and Casey Hughes. They will be in the archives as well after the program is over tonight. One more for the triple play for Ariel Franz. And by the way, go join the Ariel Franz fan club on Facebook, and that's where you can follow her at over there. The third one in the triple play is the song that made me want to interview her. It is a smash hit. It almost made me cry, and that's the title of the song, by the way, from Ariel Franz on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
Tell me you were wrong to ever let me go. There was a time I would have died to hear you say that. I used to break down at the sight or sound of you across the room. The pain was so bad. Now you're standing here with both arms open wide, asking me for one more try. It almost makes me cry. Almost, but not quite. I'm over you just enough to find the strength to be tough. I've simply come too far to give you back my heart. And as I watch you fight the tears in your eyes, it almost makes me cry. without you in fight, like razors and knives that carved up my will for surviving. But time dulled the blades and healed the cuts they made. I can't forget the scars my heart is hiding. Now you ask me if I'm still in love with you, and my silence fills up the room. It almost makes me cry. Almost, but not quite. I'm over you just enough to find the strength to be tough. I've simply come too far to give you back my heart. And as I watch you fight the tears in your eyes, it almost makes me cry. I'm over you just enough to find the strength to be tough. I've simply come too far to give you back my heart. And as I watch you fight the tears in your eyes, it almost makes me cry. It almost makes me cry.
Hi, this is Greta Zilla, and you're listening to Tim Kelly's show Triple Play Thursday on KICR.
I woke up this morning with a pain in my head. That old Jack Daniels had done got me again. Like the sun through my curtain, the hurting starts creeping back in. So I stumble to the sink, splash some water on my face. But it ain't enough, girl, to wash you away. When the nighttime comes, I'll be back in that bottle again. 'Cause it's worth a shot to get over you. I won't fill your prison scepter, just one or two. Maybe I'll move on, I'll find someone new. But who am I kidding, girl? She ain't gonna be you. And I know that this whiskey won't bring you back to me, but for a moment it'll make this pain stop. That's worth a shot. That's worth a shot. All my friends ask me what's taking so long. You gotta realize, man, she's long gone. She ain't coming back. She ain't gonna walk through your door. No, but I ain't trying to hear that. Bartender, pour me one more. 'Cause it's worth a shot to get over you. I won't fill your prison scepter, just one or two. Maybe I'll move on, I'll find someone new. But who am I kidding, girl? She'll never be you. And I know that this whiskey will bring you back to me, but for a moment it'll make this pain stop. Girl, and that's worth a shot. That's worth a shot. I'll keep drinking alone, and a table for two, wishing I wasn't drunk and still loving you. I'm all out of options. We ran out of time. You found your new love, baby. I found mine, and that's worth a shot to get over you. I won't feel your presence after just one or two. Baby, I'll move on, find someone new. But who am I kidding, girl? She'll never be you. And I know that this whiskey won't bring you back to me, but for a moment it'll make this pain stop. That's worth a shot. That's worth a shot. Yeah, that's worth a shot. Girl, that's worth another shot.
Song number 2.
Sitting on a front row pew, shirt and tie and my Sunday shoes, stained glass color scattered across the hardwood floor. My hand on the Bible, my eyes on the time, till our last amen and that handshake line. My black top church was waiting outside the door. 'Cause I'm a back road believer, I'm a sunshine receiver. I find grace among those holy pines, and heaven in between those broken lines. I know there's truth in the sermon of the preacher, but God made me a back road believer. Amen. Sunday driving with the Holy Ghost, salvation at a barn or an old fence post. Hallelujah shouting about every quarter mile. It's a spiritual journey on good year times, a miracle seen through a country boy's eyes, singing along to an AM gospel choir. Yeah, 'cause I'm a back road believer, I'm a sunshine receiver. I find grace among those holy pines, and heaven in between those broken lines.
He is my good friend Trey Calloway from Nashville, Tennessee. That is called Back Road Believer. And before that, another great tune called Worth a Shot. Worth a Shot has a video to it on YouTube, and he's got several videos to his songs you can check out on YouTube at Trey Calloway. And Trey Calloway Music is where you can follow him on social media as well. He has been a special guest on my show several times now. We just recently did another great radio interview. That is in the Tim Kelly Show archives on the website at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. And he works with my good friends in Nashville now, 2911 Media. And this week he is performing at a great venue called The Local in Nashville. And go follow The Local as well. When they go live in Nashville, they got cameras all around the stage, and it sounds just as good as this radio show does live. And Trey Calloway is fantastic as a performer as well. His latest single is brand new. We're going to do it for the third one in his triple play tonight. It is called That Was Us from Trey Calloway on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
That was us in that old Ford, jar of moonshine rolling round on the floor, burning that road up just like we ran that town, headed out to Black Farm Road for one more night of throwing it down. Oh man, those memories, they still get to me. That's us right there living it up, back in the good times when the cheap wine and the Jack D filled rock cup. Man, we did our share of falling, we were learning how to fly, we were breaking hearts and falling in love. Man, that was us. And here we are in my daddy's Mustang, cruising down that highway. Man, she sure could sing. And I got a little nervous every time I stole a kiss. But girl, I smile when I think about us leaning in. That's us right there living it up, back in the good times when the cheap wine and the Jack D filled our cup. Man, we did our share of falling, we were learning how to fly, we were breaking hearts and falling in love. Man, that was us. Yeah, those memories, they'll always get to me. That was us, right there living it up, back in the good times when the cheap wine and the Jack D filled our cup. Man, we did our share of falling, we were learning how to fly, we were breaking hearts and falling in love. Man, that was us.
Kenny Kershaw, and you're listening to the Tim Kelly Show's Triple Play Thursday on KICR Indie Country Radio, playing New Country's Best.
Hello, darling, how are you? I sent you out some thoughts, it's been a week or two. I wrote it down, cause it's too hard to say. I get choked up with a could you, would you be in my life? Thinking that someday maybe you'd be my wife. I sent you out my best, but seems it's gone astray. I've got a letter for you. And I've been a fool, still I gotta take a chance and hand it straight to you. I got a letter for you and it's breaking my heart, 'cause it could be the making of a brand new start. It seems that you don't know what I'm talking about. It was signed, sealed, delivered, that's what I thought. Forever said the fancy little stamp that I bought. I should be on top of the world with the wind in my sail, but I think I'm lost in the mail. No rain, no sleet, no snow, no hail will fail. 'Cause next time I'm sending it certified mail. I got a letter for you and it's breaking my heart, 'cause it could be the making of a brand new start. It seems that you don't know what I'm talking about. It was signed, sealed, delivered, that's what I thought. Forever said the fancy little stamp that I bought. I should be on top of the world with the wind in my sail, but it got lost in the mail. Yeah, it got lost in the mail.
Song number 2.
They say time can erase all life's mistakes, hoping that they're wise. Left her crying at home, all alone, one too many times. What goes around comes around. She's gone and I'm finding out. She's got one hell of a memory. Can't forget who I used to be. No matter what I do right, she can't forgive what I've done wrong. It came to life when she set me free, and it still got a hold on me. My home used to be, it's got one hell of a memory. Long dark hair, perfect smile, and deep blue eyes. Looking back, how could I have been so blind? She was my heaven here on earth. Guess I'm getting what I deserve. She's got one hell of a memory. She can't forget
His name is Tony Corrales from the Tony Corrales Band, a great band from Arizona. I met him 10 years ago at a great awards show that we did, and we've been buddies ever since, and I still love playing his music. And that was called She's Got One Hell of a Memory. One hell of a video to that song you can check out on YouTube as well. And before that, Lost in the Mail from the Tony Corrales Band. The third one to complete his triple play is called Coming Home So Easy from the Tony Corrales Band on the Tim Kelly Show. And by the way, we'll send this out to Lula Bradbury in Indianapolis, Indiana, on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
Then I'm headed off to work. Got no time for real things, just them things that don't have worth. Grab my morning coffee just to make it through the day. Thoughts of you fill my head, and all my heart can say, girl, you make coming home so easy. Standing on that front porch, looking so damn good. Yeah, girl, you make loving you so easy. I wouldn't change you if I could. You've got those baby blues, look at you, wrapped around my heart so true. Don't know what I'd ever do, honey, without you. Sunday morning sunshine, just peeking through the blinds, looking like an angel, wishing I could just stop time. Laying here together, holding on real tight. Feel our hearts beat as one, makes everything so right. Girl, you make coming home so easy. Standing on that front porch, looking so damn good. Yeah, girl, you make loving you so easy. I wouldn't change you if I could. You've got those baby blues, look at you, wrapped around my heart so true. Don't know what I'd ever do, honey, without you. You make coming home so easy. Standing on that front porch, looking so damn good. Yeah, girl, you make loving you so easy. I wouldn't change you if I could. You got those baby blues, look at you, wrapped around my heart so true. Don't know what I'd ever do, honey, without you. Don't know what I'd ever do without you.
to Triple Play Thursday on KICR Indie Country Radio.
This small town might not look like much, just corner stores and rusty trucks and everything else that I love. It's all right here. Some people can't wait to get out. Me, I think I'll just stick around, 'cause heaven looks like here to me, where I wanna be. So give me a hell yeah and an amen for the good times and good friends. We raise them up, then we drink them down. We all get lost, we all get found. When the whiskey buzz starts to move you, Friday feeling cuts right through you. That's a good Lord talking to you. That's a neon hallelujah. That's a neon hallelujah. It's my favorite prayer to pray. It's a John boat on the lake. It's a tin roof rainy day. It's the way we got it made. So give me a hell yeah and an amen for the good times and good friends. We raise them up, then we drink them down. We all get lost, we all get found. When the whiskey buzz starts to move you, Friday feeling cuts right through you. That's a good Lord talking to you. That's a neon hallelujah. That's a neon hallelujah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a blue sky, it's a truck bed, it's a cold beer, it's a godsend. It might seem ordinary, but don't let it fool you. That's a neon hallelujah. That's a neon hallelujah. Oh, so give me a hell yeah and an amen for the good times and good friends. We raise them up, then we drink them down. We all get lost, we all get found. When the whiskey buzz starts to move you, Friday feeling cuts right through you. That's a good Lord talking to you. That's a neon hallelujah. That's a neon hallelujah. That's a neon hallelujah. Neon hallelujah. Neon hallelujah.
Song number 2.
Can't follow rules. I never liked doing anything anybody told me to. My old man, the boss man, the girlfriends, and the judge of the county seat. We're always fighting that devil in me. And if I haven't changed by now, I'm down that string that runs in my blood is just as stubborn still. Till they lay me down in that cold hard ground, I guess I'm gonna be always fighting that devil in me. I can still hear Mama crying, don't look for trouble, son. I'd say yes, ma'am, then go right out and find me some. The wrecked cars, the old scars, the broken hearts, and the peace I could never keep. I was always fighting that devil in me. And if I haven't changed by now, I'm down I ever will. That string that runs in my blood is just as stubborn still. Till they lay me down in that cold hard ground, I guess I'm gonna be always fighting that devil in me. streak that runs in my blood is just as stubborn still. Till they lay me down in that cold hard ground, I guess I'm gonna be always fighting that devil in me. I was always fighting that devil in me. That devil in me.
That is called Devil in Me, and before that, another great song called Neon Hallelujah from J.D. Shelburne, the gentleman that I always end the Tim Kelly Show with, and that's what time it is. That's going to do it for this week's edition of Triple Play Thursday. I want to thank my special guests, Pancho Navarez and Casey Hughes, for being a huge part of the show tonight and some great radio interviews. Those interviews will end up in the Tim Kelly Show archives tonight. Go back and check them out and listen over and over again. Thank you, Sandra De La Parra, for being a big part of the show and sending those two talented gentlemen my way. The Tim Kelly Show is produced by Tim Kelly Productions. Like the Tim Kelly Show on Facebook, and we will like you right back. Until next time, which will be next Thursday and Friday night, I will see you on the radio. Bye-bye, everybody.
I can put you in a cornfield in downtown Manhattan. Close your eyes and reel that old zip code. I can put you on a riverbank while you're fighting traffic. I'm a song, I'll see you on the radio. Turn me turn it up. I can make you smile, make you cry, turn back the pages of your life. Turn me on. Oh, I'll see you on the radio. I can take you back to high school, gym floor, and a slow dance. First love, first kiss, second base down that old dirt road. When it's freezing cold, I can sink your toes in warm white sand. I'm a song, I'll see you on the radio. Turn me on and turn it up. I can make you smile, make you cry, turn back the pages of your life. So turn me on. Oh, I'll see you on the radio. I'm young, I'm old, I'm country, I'm rock and roll. So turn me on and turn it up. Let me make you smile, make you cry, turn back the pages of your life. So turn